Hi everyone, this is CricketSong with Lunar Wisdom, and you're watching Starting Out Solitary. It's sub-week, it's week 181, and we're doing a tarot or oracle show and tell. So, I use both tarot and oracle decks. So I'm going to share with you the three decks that I use most often in my own practice and when I do readings for clients, because I am a professional tarot reader, and I have been for many years. Now, I must tell you that I'm searching for a new tarot deck, and I did buy, I'm just waiting for it to be printed and released, Avalon Cameron's Bone Stone and Earth Flesh tarot deck, so I'm anxiously awaiting for that to be released. I did purchase my copy and I'm waiting, so I think that will be my new tarot deck once I get that in my hands and I'm able to use it. If you haven't heard about her deck or haven't seen images of her deck, you really should check it out. I'll put a link down to that in the information section, or just Google Bone Stone and Earth Flesh Tarot and you can go right to her website and check it out. But that's coming in the future. For now, the tarot deck that I use is the Greenwich Tarot by Anne Mora. It comes with this lovely companion book, and the outside of it, the back looks like this, and I'm going to share with you my favorite cards. So it's a tarot deck, it's based on the Rider-Waite symbolism, but it really has, again, the theme of Greenwich. So one of my favorite cards is the Lady and the Lord in a traditional Rider-Waite. This would be the Lover's card. So this is one of my favorite ones. Number 13, the Lord of Shadows, which is the Death card. This is one of my favorite ones as well. The Page of Athames, which is the Page of Swords. This is one of my favorite ones as well. So she definitely uses the idea of witches or Wicca in the theme of this deck. I like the Moon, number 18. And the 10 of Athames, I like this one. And the Ace of Athames, I really like the image of the Athame in this one. And I like the little mouse and the dandelions blowing in the breeze. Yeah, so those are my, oh wait, and the High Priestess. I really like this one as well. Oh wait, I gotta show you the Witch too. So that's the High Priestess, which is number 2. So that is in the Rider-Waite. And the number 1, the Witch, which is usually the Magician. So those are my favorite cards in the Greenwich Tarot. That is the deck I use right now. The deck I have been using for a long time now, a couple of years at least. So the first oracle deck that I use is the Soul cards. This is the little companion book that comes with it. Soul cards, this is deck 1. There are 2 decks in the Soul cards. This is created by Deborah Koff Chapman. The book, none of the cards have a set meaning. And this book really just talks about like how to use it, like for therapeutic relationships and psychic readings, and how it was created and some spreads you could use. But there is really no meaning, no set meaning to each of the soul cards themselves. So it's totally an intuitive deck. This is what it looks like on the back. It's sort of like a blue with sort of just splotches on the back. They're pretty big when you look at them in your hand compared to the Greenwich Witch, which is a standard size tarot deck. These are wider, and I feel like they're shorter. Nope, they're taller and wider. And I'm going to share with you some of my favorite images. None of these are numbered, none of these have words, they're just an image. So this is one of my favorite cards. This one. This one. This one. This one. This one. And I have one more. This one. Those are my favorite cards in this deck, but that changes from time to time too, because they're very, like I said, intuitive. And I think you can see, looking at them, why they're so intuitive. I was looking, there's a second deck that she created, and you can combine the two decks together. I'm looking for how many cards are in this deck, because I cannot remember how many cards are in there, and I actually don't see reference to how many cards they are in there. She does say that you can combine Soul Cards 1 and Soul Cards 2 together if you so desire. Yeah, I don't see any reference as to how many cards. I bought these through Amazon, so you can definitely find them on Amazon. The other oracle deck that I use, which is more of a standard looking oracle deck, is the Wisdom of Avalon Oracle Cards by Colette Baron Reed. This is the little companion book that comes with it. This is what it looks like on the back. This is what it looks like on the back. These are not quite as big as the soul cards, but they're bigger than tarot in size. I can hold them in one hand. They're gilded, although I use them quite frequently, so the gilding is going off. And like I said, this is the back. So I'm going to share with you some of the cards that are my favorite. These are grouped into the Animal Guides of Avalon, the Sacred Journey Markers, the Guides of Faerie, the Messengers of Avalon. So they're grouped in, what is it, 3 or 4 different groupings. The Messengers, the Animal Guides, and the Guides of Faerie. So it's 3. There are 3, the Sacred Journey Markers, 4. There are 4 separate groupings of cards. So the Sacred Journey Markers, I like this card, which is called Perception. I really like this one. I like the image of that. I also like the Mystery. Those are my 2 favorite in that grouping. I don't really resonate with fairies or the fae, but I really like her, the Wind Fairy. I really like this image. I'm drawn to her. Again, these change over time. And then for the Messengers of Avalon, I like the Lady of the Lake image. I really like her. And then for the Animal Guides, I have 3 cards I really like. I really like the Stag, the Spider, and the Raven. Now, as you can see on these cards, they each have, their title, what grouping they come with, their title, and then there's some keywords over here Each card has a number here and then their image. And in the little guidebook, she does go into more detail, like for example, the raven, number 10. So you go to number 10. When the raven appears, it is a sign of magic where coincidence and divine synchronicity bring surprising elements together. The raven reminds you that on the path to wholeness, the magic of Avalon appears and all things become possible. And then she has more discussion on this side. Generally, when I'm doing readings with this deck, I generally really don't use the little books that come with the deck. I sometimes will look at the words that come with the card. Generally, though, I look at the image, and for this one, for the raven, then I intuitively come up or allow my intuitive self connect with spirit and give the individual the message they need in regards to that particular animal or that particular fairy or that particular sacred journey marker. But those are the 3 decks I use in my readings at this point. I'm always open to new cards to come into my life. A friend of mine is creating an oracle deck, so that will be the oracle deck I will adopt. I'll probably drop the Wisdom of Avalon while I use her deck, but we'll see. We'll see how things go. If you have suggestions on tarot decks I should take a look at or oracle decks I might be interested in, please share them with me in the comments to this video. And as always, it's a pleasure to speak with you, viewers of the Starting Out Solitary. Until next time, I love you. Blessed be. Mwah.